Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our run, which there may be an outside possibility that we can finish the run today. I'm feeling a little bit run down energy-wise because I just had a big meal. I treated myself and my wife to a little Valentine's Day meal. And we brought it home rather than stay out. It was just crowded where we went to eat, and it was really noisy, and we didn't feel like dealing with it, so we came home and had a nice quiet meal here, celebrating Valentine's Day a little early. So my energy's a touch on the low side. On the positive note, I did finally dust off my computer some. Got myself up a little early. Well, my wife's nurse was here and took the time to dust my computer off. I'm not fully happy with the job. I'm pretty sure that there'd be more to dust off, but the 2 cans of air that I have, if you've ever used them, you know that they tend to get cold the longer you use them. And the colder they get, the less effective they become, and of course they also become more difficult to handle. So that's what happened. So I got them fairly clean though. I got what I needed to fairly clean, and a lot of dust was taken care of. So that's all good. God, I hate these. I really do. There's no reason for them to be like this, and I've said that multiple times while playing, but I'm going to keep saying it in all due honesty. There's no reason for that. And hopefully in American Truck Simulator they don't do the same thing, because speaking from experience, as far as I know, there is no off-ramp. Boy, that place actually looks shut down. Yeah, no lights on. That'd be pretty cool if you came across some places and they were, certain times of the night they were actually closed. Oh. Ooh, bleed that speed. Wow, I suddenly have 0 frame rate. Wow, that's bad. And there's no reason for it whatsoever. I don't know what was going on there. That was really bad. And I know it wasn't my computer being over dusty and whatnot, because it's been sitting idle till after I was done eating, and actually until I had gotten home. Man, some of those transitions between roads don't work very well, do they? It's one of the reasons I shied away from a real physics mod. It's because of things like that. They'd respond very poorly to the connections between roads. Like that. Like I'm going over a speed bump. Not used to Truck Sim Map having issues like that. Honestly, I'm not. Some of these bumps are using what appear to be speed bump values. So, I didn't even see a camera. Sometimes I think there's not always a camera, to be honest, if I'm to be completely honest with you. I don't think there's always a camera. Sometimes I think there's supposed to be a camera, and there's just not. But you get nailed as if there's a camera there. Ah, so close. Too many freaking toll booths. I was watching some basketball footage. Some time from when Shaquille O'Neal was in his prime on the Lakers, and he was battling Yao Ming, who was the rookie big man. I don't know how rookie. I mean, he'd only been in a little while because Shaq was still on the Lakers. But it was interesting to sit there and kind of watch Yao hold his own against Shaquille, who at the time, man, I can't get the speed locked in at all. But at the time, Shaq was kind of the crown prince of centers, yeah. Shaq was the center. And Yao held his own. Yao really held his own against Shaq in that fight. Yao was still early in his career. It's really a shame because as Shaq's career was winding down, Yao was really just kind of hitting his stride, yeah. I think Yao had been in the NBA about 9 years now. Well, not now, but at the point that I'm talking about, Yao had been in the NBA about 9 years, and he had really hit his stride. He was at that point pretty much the dominant center in the NBA, as far as I could tell. I know people talk about Dwight Howard, but I don't know. I think I'm almost positive that Yao was a better center by far. Yao had the skill inside and out, and his height. He wasn't afraid to get down low and, you know, body up to whoever he was against. And I really liked Yao Ming. Yao Ming was the first center in a long time that I had actually given a damn about. You know, because I've always been about basketball in the sports that I truly like to watch. If I had to choose one, it would be basketball. Even though I rarely ever keep tabs on it anymore. That's because there's really nobody in the NBA that I care about anymore, you know. But you know, I was always about the big men. You know, I go back looking at. This is why I like high beams at night. We do have on. Yeah, okay. Stop. Thank you. But I go back to centers, as I mentioned before. Bill Walton. Not that I personally watched them or anything, but you know, Bill Walton, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, the likes of that. And then, you know, a lot of people talk about different rivalries between different players, and I think one of the greatest rivalries that was often overshadowed, and I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, was Robert Parrish versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when the Lakers and the Celtics were truly the East Coast, West Coast rivalry for quite a while in the 80s. Oh, game, just stop with your loading antics, please. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, in the 80s, late 80s, mid to late 80s, I guess, even early 90s possibly, the Lakers and the Celtics, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, that was a bad corner. This is a real bad corner. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. I think I was looking in my rear view mirror too much, trying to make sure the trailer was okay. I wasn't looking in front. Yeah, but James Worthy, Danny Ainge, Dennis Johnson, Kevin McHale, E.C. Green, you know, guys like that. That was my heyday of basketball. You know, because you had pretty much the easternmost city in Boston, where, you know, I lived in Massachusetts, versus kind of like the symbol of the western city, that being Los Angeles. So yeah, it was game, stop it. Stop. I'm here. There's no need to do this. I don't know what's going on. It's really weird. It's like I cleaned my computer and now it's just like total lag fest in terms of loading this. It's really annoying. Definitely not going there. That's the one we're looking for. Almost $2,000 for that trip, man. Almost. Back in Africa. I'm still having issues. I have no idea why. I've got nothing else running either. That's the thing. I'm afraid to pull out. I'll be straight with you. With cars coming, I'm afraid to pull out because we all saw a couple episodes ago what happened when I turned in front of speeding traffic. It didn't stop. It just came at me like a damn freight train. I know there's a car coming. Well, at least the traffic stopped. Fine. There. You happy for now, game? Oh, no. No, no, stop, stop. You bastard, stop. shut up. I need the road. And I mean, I really need the road, so I need to block both sides. Shut up. God, these traffic lights are so unrealistic. Hey! I should go check, in all due honesty, I should go and check, somebody turn the light switch on? Too low. I should go and check the Truck Sim website and see if there's an update. Because, there have been known issues with this latest version, like pulling up to a certain dealership or trying to drive by a certain dealership, which I ran into a couple episodes back, caused issues and game crashes. These loading spikes are really killing me, I gotta be honest with you. I think part of the problem is that water over there, I'm going to be honest with you. I know I've gone a little quiet, but I'm in concentration mode to try and get this done. I'm a little mad at Blizzard today, that being Blizzard Entertainment. I went to buy just a few Hearthstone cards. You know, no major purchase or nothing. And I went to use my PayPal account. Well, apparently they're having issues with PayPal. And you can't use your PayPal account, and the whole issue blew up. And lots of people have been calling and complaining, or on online chat and complaining, and I used online chat. And before I got to the chat, I went and looked at their knowledge base and said one of the things to do to try and fix the issue is to unlink your PayPal account and then relink your PayPal account. That still would have been okay. And then that may solve the issue. Well, I unlinked my PayPal account, and now I can't relink it. And I told the guy, I said, well, you know, I haven't been able to use my PayPal account to make the purchases that I want. I said on top of that, I unlinked my PayPal account as per suggestion of your knowledge base, and now I can't link it back up. And the guy said, oh yeah, I got an answer. I can answer that one for you. He says, you know, don't unlink your PayPal account. And I'm like, oh well, thanks, now. You're kind of a little late there, Mojo. Jojo. Yeah, I just said that. There we go. Now we're a little better. Dude, why are you going this slow? For what possible reason? Just to piss me off, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think we're going to finish the run today. We still get over 1,000 kilometers to go. And even though we're freshly rested, we still have got 46 hours to do this run. So that's not a big deal. I remember one time while I was playing and trying to record, I was having issues, and it was this area right up here, right where I'm going to be turning, where I crashed at one point. Not crashed, I didn't crash, my game crashed, you know, and I couldn't drive by. I could get up this hill right about here. Yeah. Just before the sign and the game would crash. I got around it a little bit by driving outside the truck in the third-person view that you've seen me use. And I was able to get a fair ways down the road driving like that. But anytime I'd get in the truck, game would crash. And I was furious because I figured the problem was with Truck Sim Map, and sadly they're a German site, so it's very hard communication. Even though they have English-speaking people, it's still very hard to get you know, past the barrier. And that's assuming you even get a response. Now, I'm not knocking the guys over there; they do amazing work. It was just a bad situation, and come to find out, in reality, to be honest, you know, it was my fault. When I installed the new update to Truck Sim Map at that time, come to find out I had left an old file in there, and it was trying to use the old file with the new stuff, and that was what was causing the crash. Once I pulled the old file out, everything was fine. So I was looking forward to picking up some Hearthstone cards. You know, I've been into it a little bit. I'm not a hardcore player. I don't go for legend. I don't try and get my rank up as high as I want. I just do the dailies every day, provided they interest me enough to do. I do the dailies and I leave it at that. You know. And then once I get enough money, I'll do the arena. Once I get up to about 130, 140 gold, I'll do an arena run, because I usually have an arena deck drafted. Like right now, I have an arena deck drafted, but I won't play it till I get to almost 150 gold. Once I get to 100, once I get close to or over 150 gold, then I'll go play my arena deck. And I'll go as far as I can, which, to be honest, I usually can't get beyond like 3 wins. I'm really, even in drafting good cards, I'm just not a very practiced player. You know, I don't play like Trump and Amaz and Crip, who I love watching Crip. You know, Crip is probably my favorite. And though Crip will actually be doing Diablo this week, a full week of Diablo. So, looking forward to actually watching that, because as you've known, I'm back in Diablo. So, I'm not like as practiced as them. I've gotten a little better. I've drafted some better decks, because I have a problem drafting off curve. Arena is kind of more about individually powerful cards versus drafting on a curve. But I still have this tendency to draft on a curve. So if I start drafting too heavily in one area, I don't like it. And I turn it around and I go, no, I can't do this. But nowadays, I've gotten a little bit better. It used to be I'd be lucky if I could go one win, no matter what class I chose. But now I'm getting a little bit better at playing my decks. At least where Arena is concerned, I'm a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Better at drafting. I drafted decent decks, but I still didn't quite draft right. So, yeah, there was that issue. Well, I don't think we need the gas station. I'm pretty sure we're fine. But there's our random speeding ticket. This is the area I just started getting random speeding tickets, I think. And it's really not fair. Not in the least. But I've gotten better at doing that, and I took one arena to 7 wins recently, and the most recent arena I did as a priest I actually took to 8, not 8 wins. 8 would have been my personal best. I have never won more than 7 games. 7-3 has always been my best record, but I took the priest to 6 wins, and it's kind of sad. I mean, Blizzard, the guys working Blizzard, the Hearthstone team, are really trying to balance the game, but it's so difficult. And some of the things they've done, I've got to raise an eyebrow at. And where I think it, I don't always put a lot of stock in it until I listen to the pros. And even the pros have kind of said that the big 3 in Arena, the most powerful arena class is the Mage. By far, the Mage is the king of the arena. They've got so many good utility cards, common cards, easy to get and whatnot. And Priest and Paladin kind of make up the next 2 for the top 3. Take your choice of which is stronger. And then, the Rogue and the Druid and the Shaman are below that, kind of vying for the other spots. But then the poor Warrior, has taken a huge beating in terms of arena. It wasn't all that great to begin with. Yep, see, speeding ticket, and this is going to happen for a little while. No cameras, no nothing, but it's just going to give me random speeding tickets. This happened before, but I'm not just going to care about it as much. Not right now. But yeah, that's just how it went, and then the next Ramus expansion came out, and Warriors, they got bumped up a little bit. They got some decent cards, especially with the Death's Bite. But now that Goblins versus Gnomes have come out, they're suffering again. Very, very hard, because there's a lot of sticky minions now, things that are hard to get rid of, like the piloted shredders, and whatnot, where when you kill a minion, when you kill it, it drops another minion. So that's really not good for the warrior. The warrior really has no personal way to take care of it, where he can remove it completely from the board. Druid's kind of like that too, but Druid's got a lot of high quality cards for removal. You saw the speed limit sign, 70, 100. Honestly, man, I'm telling you. Sometimes things in this game just make 0 sense. We are slowly reeling this car in, aren't we? Who passed us earlier. Now we've just been slowly gaining on him. Yeah, I'm a little bummed out about not being able to get those cards. And, I thought that was like railroad crossing for a second. Alright. I see you, camera. I saw that one. That's the camera that usually sat at the bottom of the hill that I talked about before in this area, where you had to brake or you got a speeding ticket, but if you hit your brake and there was any traffic coming behind you at all, no matter how far off it was going to slam into your rear end. It was just going to hit your trailer and do a massive amount of damage. No questions asked. I guess I go around you. Not the best place to pass, I suppose. Got into Eve today, you know, only did a little bit of Eve. Logged in just in time to find out that my group was in the midst, my corporation was in the midst of killing a carrier, 1.6 billion ish ship, and that made me a little sad because I tried to get there to do what they call whoring on the kill mill. The thing is, all you have to do is shoot at a ship. You don't even have to hit it. You just shoot at it and you are considered assisting in killing it, and you're given credit as part of the group of people that killed it, which is pretty cool. But I couldn't get there in time, so I missed out on that. But to help make up for it a little bit, we managed to catch a Cinnaball that was being very, very, very stupid. And I don't know if he panicked or what the case may be. But in the end, he did something he shouldn't do. He warped directly from one gate to another gate. Yeah, he warped in a straight line from one gate to another gate. And if you know that there are hostile people in system, like me and my corporation were hostile to him, you should never warp from one gate to another gate. Ever. What you should do is warp to what they call, an orbital body, a planet, a moon, a customs office, something that's in an indirect line to the gate. And then you try warp to the gate. Usually try to warp to the gate at range. Maybe at first you warp from a long way off. So the longest you can warp to a gate is 100 kilometers. So you warp to the gate at 100 kilometers, and you see if the way is clear. You know, you get an idea where everything is, and you go, okay, I can try and come from this direction. And then you come from the other direction, you know, you warp somewhere else, and then you warp to the gate, and hopefully you can get through and get out on the other side before anybody can catch you. Sadly, take a look at the map here. Sadly for him, yeah, I think I'm going to stop at that gas station, and then we'll finish up the rest of the run in the next episode. I think that's the plan. I gotta dust my wife's computer off too. I'm listening to it. I did a cursory dusting of it to help it a little bit, but I gotta do a more thorough cleaning of it. Not now. Sometime tomorrow maybe. Her computer doesn't get as dusty as mine, so it doesn't create as much of a dust cloud when being cleaned. So I can do that pretty much anytime. Plus hers is much easier to access. Hello, helicopter, flying at night with no lights. But yeah, so he warped straight to the gate, and I happened to be sitting in my ship right next to where he warped, because I was thinking that if he is going to be silly and do something stupid, then this is where he's going to land. And sure enough, he landed like almost right on top of me. I could have like gotten out of my ship and spit and hit his. So I got a target lock on him, and I got my warp scrambler on him, which meant he couldn't go anywhere. Plus, he couldn't turn on any of his his propulsion modules. So he was really stuck and not able to run away. And then I double webbed him, which means I used two modules that cause him to move slower. And with those two webs and the scram on the ship that I was in, which was a pretty tough ship, he was pretty screwed. Had I been by myself, he actually probably would have beaten me, if I'm to be honest with you. He probably would have been able to beat me down. But because, alright, trailer's not going to allow it. I'm not going to, like, park this trailer like I normally would. I just want to park and rest. So we're going to block in that truck over there. That'll probably magically be gone. Nope, actually it's still there. So, yeah, if I had been by myself, but I had my corporation with me. There were like 5 or 6 of us, and we just annihilated him quickly. So it was a little bit of consolation prize for me for not being able to get on that carrier kill. But anyways, that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Join us next time. We'll finish up this run. We'll see what we're going to take next. And I don't know. I got a couple things I might want to do. I always say that, but they never actually happen. But we'll see. Until then, this is going to be One Big Bug. I'm going to be signing out. And I'll see you next time.